Hello, and welcome to yet another Tabloid Times podcast, At Issue. And today's issue, of course, is getting right to the heart of a very, very American issue, infrastructure.
All right, and for this roundtable debate, I'd like everyone to introduce themselves and say something about themselves. For example, I am Matthew Hauser. I am an author for the Times, and I am a former member of the Illuminati.
Alright, so I'm Anton, I'm the main guy here, one of the authors, just wanted to let you know about that.
Yeah. I'm Mason. I am yet another author here, and I have used a bridge no less than 3 times in my life.
I'm Lucas Hauser, and I know how to fold a Nepalese flag.
Nick Calamito, and I do not know why I'm here.
We
Someone
told you this.
offered me lunch or something, or
This is clearly the intellectual. What was the line we gave you? We just went over this. Come on, it's not that hard.
We need a higher budget for these things.
Yeah.
where is Putin? He is my savior. Was that the one you guys?
No.
That was last week.
No, this one's about infrastructure.
Oh, infrastructure.
Come on, Nick. Get your head in the game.
That's the problem. The problem with infrastructure is there isn't any infrastructure for our brains.
It's so feet-centric, because we walk on roads.
Yes.
Yeah, but where does that thinking go?
Right.
Right?
You
Like,
need to really
feet
think.
travel on roads. Where does your mind?
Where do your feet go, though?
Like, honestly,
Well,
if
it
you
doesn't
think
matter where
about-
they go if you're not thinking about it. And
you-
where's your
But
thinking
if
go?
your feet go forwards or backwards, have you ever talked to someone who have their feet backwards? Do they
Why
walk
would I want to
forwards or
talk to someone with
backwards?
their feet backwards? There's a problem.
Just remember, if you start looking forwards with your feet, foot infrastructure only covers planes, trains, and automobiles.
And-
they don't overlap. There are no flying trains.
But
That's
you
why
still walk-
no
feet
cars,
are
you
inferior
walk
to
on all
brains,
of
them.
and that's what I'm
Yes,
talking about.
Because, you see, we have all these thoughts, but they're just kind of trapped in this one being. If we could connect them better,
A
we'd be
mental
able-
superhighway.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like
Kind
an
of like
information superhighway.
Although, this does bring us to the obvious point of a transition period between the feet and the brain. Like, we have to connect these two in some kind of
So what is
third
what
infrastructure.
is
gotta do
between
is-
Well,
your
isn't
feet
that
and
what the
your brain?
torso's for or something?
Yeah.
And legs, and so we got that done.
But what if
Yeah,
you-
because we have
like,
chairs.
Don't
We
reinvent
sit-
the wheel, like seriously.
Yeah.
Guys, please all shut up. Imagine this. You have a head, you have a torso, you have feet, but you have no legs. Like, would your feet be 4 feet under your torso, or would they just be on your torso?
Well, you
that's
see,
like-
the problem is most people have long enough legs, but if your legs aren't long enough, your feet aren't going to touch the ground. So I think that's a major issue that we have
No,
to
but
take
if you
care of.
don't have
And if you don't
legs-
have brain infrastructure, you can't solve these problems.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Our
Where are
society-
the connections going?
The main problem here is that with brain infrastructure, we live in a society where there is no brain infrastructure. And until we are able to solve that problem, there's a whole frontier of unsolved problems which are going to tear down humanity until we can fix them. And that starts with brain infrastructure, which we don't have yet.
Or maybe we do.
Yeah.
I never really thought of it that way, but
Well,
I
you
think
don't have to think about it anymore because we just solved it. So
Yeah.
I think
let's just move on to
I think
something
one
else.
of the problems we really have in our society is faulty brain infrastructure. For example, you've heard them say the brain drain.
Yes.
And we all know about how your brain is two kinds.
I'm just wondering where it all drains to,
Right.
and if
Where's it
perhaps
going?
it's draining to those who have brain infrastructure. We just don't know
Right.
about it.
They're
Another
stealing our
conspiracy.
brains.
Like another conspiracy.
It's all funneling down.
Right.
into-
Or is it funneling up? You don't know if it's
If it's aliens, it's definitely going
or
up
down.
because we know where they are.
But
Right.
what if really tall people are aliens, so it's funneling up to them?
That's what they want you to believe.
I think that's just a red herring right
Yeah.
there. The real problem is the fact that no one understands basic brain chemistry. You got to understand you really have two brains, and each brain has different kinds of cells. And it's really hard to bridge with
Well,
your infrastructure.
I'd like to politely say that you're wrong. I think that with I blanked out because of the faulty brain infrastructure.
See, that's
Sorry.
what I've been talking about this
Yeah.
whole time.
Oh wait, hold on, guys. Shut
You haven't
up,
been
yeah.
talking about that
Hey,
at all.
yeah.
Have you realized how
You're not supposed to say
stupid
that.
everything you said
Please
has
stop
been?
talking.
See, there goes to
No.
the faulty infrastructure.
Mr. Bartlett,
again.
you stop talking also.
It doesn't even. See?
Please.
See, this is what
He
I'm
doesn't
talking
know
about.
your name because of faulty brain
Yeah,
infrastructure.
there's no bridge.
What I was
onto
going to
that.
be saying about
because
faulty
if
brain
your brain was
infrastructure
able to launch onto
is that
his brain.
no. Stop putting your fingers in my face.
These
and
not your
stop
fingers.
talking.
It was his backwards feet.
What I'm saying is that with automation, like machines taking over people, right? Like brain infrastructure is not going to be matter anymore because, like,
Well, where are those machines going to go? They're going to need roads.
Yeah.
yeah.
So brain
But
infrastructure.
we're going.
ever
We
seen-
don't need
But you're
roads.
talking
Have you
about
ever seen
machines taking over
planes?
people. They
Planes
need brains.
don't need roads.
Yeah.
But planes don't
How
have
are we going
brains.
to structure those brains?
So
Yeah.
brains need roads indirectly.
But what about,
Huh?
can a train have a brain?
No, because trains don't go on roads.
And trains.
But trains have like coal that like burns in them. That's
That's
like the
still-
brain.
That's biology. We're talking about infrastructure.
Your brain.
Stay
is
on topic.
biology.
Coal has nothing to do with infrastructure because what we're talking about is solving problems. Does coal solve problems? No, it's a rock. Rocks
It
don't solve
creates
problems.
problems.
Yeah.
Because there are too many
Like,
rocks in this
have you
world.
guys heard of global cooling?
Yeah.
I don't fall into that warming nonsense. It's
No.
cool.
No, yeah.
They got everyone
Because-
confused.
Because
right?
when you burn the coal, it warms things up. But,
But making everything else seem cool.
right,
Because
because
there's the law of conservation of energy.
Exactly.
because
Things
there's only a
can't-
certain amount of heat
Which
in
you
this
need
world.
infrastructure for.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah.
we need to use brain infrastructure to fix this scientific problem. Because right now there's a certain quota of heat in the world, and we're using all of it up burning coal. That's why Antarctica is so cold. Do you think we had penguins before we burned coal?
Exactly.
I don't think so.
I don't think so
But-
either.
And
Here's
with
the
brain
real
infrastructure,
problem in our
we can
society.
turn that coal into something nice and
Shut
cool.
up! Here's the real problem in our society. The real problem in our society is that we're spending too much time talking about brain infrastructure. We need to start talking about more foot infrastructure because you got to work from the bottom up.
That's
First,
been
you got to
done
get to
before.
the
Yeah,
foot.
That's been done before.
I mean, it's
so
called the Roman
too-
Empire.
like Neolithic men have been having like podcasts about this.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, they haven't solved it. We still need to work on our foot infrastructure because once we have steady
All right,
footing,
let me
we
break
can
it down
take
for you.
the boat
What makes
to the,
the foot
torso.
move?
The,
The
foot
brain.
moves with the leg. The
What
leg.
makes the leg move?
Some guy pulling on a string.
Oh, forget it then. You guys win.
Bring, bring.
This is the Society of America on Infrastructure. We would like to officially complain about the quality of your podcast.
Excuse me, but I think we've been having the best intellectual discussion, except for everything Anton's been saying.
I would fully
What I
agree.
said was right. You're in the dark here.
All
Well,
right, complaint
I think the
noted,
real
shut
problem
up.
in our society is not brain infrastructure, it's not foot infrastructure.
It's you.
It's Anton. Clearly, we realize where all this brain drain is going, right, Nick?
It's going
I
to
was
me
thinking
because
about
I'm
that.
smarter.
That's a really good point.
You
But it
guys
was
are
going
all-
up, right?
Dumb.
It's going up.
I'm sorry.
Because
Remember-
that's where the aliens are.
And I don't know.
I don't know.
I think the aliens
I've
are
seen
the
Anton.
problem.
But what if
because
the
they
alien-
don't want our brain infrastructure? They've already figured it out.
Guys,
Well, yeah,
guys,
why
I've got a
would they want
really,
an infrastructure?
I got a really deep thought. What if the aliens are from the center of the Earth instead of outer space?
Well, that would
They
make
want you
sense.
to-
Well, that's where all the heat comes from.
Because
Yeah,
of volcanoes.
It's draining all the heat away, causing
They're-
global cooling.
It's those
Yeah.
aliens in the center of the universe. It all comes back to them.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
what
why
if they're
Because the
actually in
center of the
outer
Earth is
space?
the center of the universe.
But what if they're both
We were
in outer space
arguing
and
over
in the
left.
center?
So you,
And right,
you say
it's
that the
automatically in
Earth
the
is
center.
hot in the
Right.
middle. The Earth is
Yeah.
hot in the middle and filled with
Who
lava.
needs
So
liberals
does
and
that mean
conservatives when you
that?
have aliens living in the center of the earth?
Could
Am I
you
right?
could you shut up, sir? Does
But
it-
am I right?
no, you're not. But
Then he's
so
an alien.
if
The
the
Dr.
if the
Breeze
center
right
of the
there.
Earth is
He's
made of lava,
opposing your
right?
theory of ration. Therefore, he is an alien.
The
Yeah.
center of the Earth is made of lava. That means the center of the sun is made out of ice, right? So humans live there if aliens live inside
Well, it
Earth.
might be made out of aliens. 'cause
And
the
if we have
established
brain
that
infras-
aliens are in the center of the earth.
How are we going to talk to those people who live on the ice
Well, they
planet
already-
inside of
they
the
already
sun?
talk
Because
to
we
each other.
need brain infrastructure to connect to them.
I think
Because
we-
our
I think
foot
we say where this is
infrastructure
going.
can't take us there.
That's it. I think
I
that's
think we just hit the golden
Yeah.
connection, and I've been very happy with this podcast. Let's have one closing remark from each person.
Yes.
This was very cool, guys. I'm so glad that I had a chance to speak. It really means a lot to me. You know, I'd like to, talk about like
Yeah. I'm glad that I've made a lot of thoughtful remarks and a lot of remarks overall. In this
I
podcast.
wasn't done yet. Like, guys, like,
I'm sorry, but your time has come.
This really meant a lot to me.
I'd really like to thank the coaching staff for all they did to us. And really, the opponents played very well.
I just want my lunch. Like, can you guys hurry up with this?
All
Thanks.
right, I'm hungry too.